Good evening, everyone. My name is Katina Roper, and today we are going to do an experiment on balance. Now, today, the different materials that I will use today will be some erasers. I don't know if you probably can see them, but the erasers. Then I have some paper clips, and I also have some school pencils. And what we're going to do is we're going to balance those school pencils out. And I also have a marker and a notepad. And my marker and notepad, they will give me a record. Now, here's my balance bean. And on my balance bean, it's a little off scale, but that's only because I have a book. And I was trying to get you guys to see it, but hopefully with this sitting on the table, it will balance itself out right. Now, I'll cut my face off for a little while because I want you all to get a clear vision of it. Now, if you can see my two scales that I have, both of them is at the middle point. Now, this point indicates that it's measured out correctly. Now, what I would have the kids to do, I would have the kids to say, okay, Miss Roper, or okay, I am going to put 5 erasers. We're going to test out the erasers first. And we know that if the scale drops down like this one holds the more of the weight. If it goes up, that means that it's the lighter weight. And typically with both sides, if they're measuring out the same, it will be the same amount. Now, as you notice, there is nothing located inside. So as I drop, now that's 10 erasers placed. Gradually, you saw how this particular side of the scale dropped lower and the other side of the scale dropped higher, and that's because it has nothing in it. As I place more erasers in the other side of the scale, you will see, and I'm going to place the same amount. I had 10 erasers over here, and I'm going to place the same amount of erasers on the other side, and you will gradually see it balance itself out. But watch how I can drop, and it still stays the same. Now, as you see, it's getting a little. I'm adding more erasers, and I'll wait till it finish. And if we notice that this particular size now have more erasers, so I would have the kids to do an observation. I would have them do a prediction of what they think might happen and what they think may not happen. Now, after we move from the erasers, now I will work on some paper clips, and we will take notes in our notepad to say, okay, well, once I placed on the right side held 10, and then the left side held 12, and the left side was higher than the right side. Now, as I have these paper clips, I'm just going to drop my paper clips. Typically, let's go this side. It really doesn't matter what side that you have the kids to use. And just by placing those paper clips, we saw that it actually dropped down. So you can do the same thing. You can gradually, and this is a good experience to teach kids. I think about sometimes when I think about it, experiment like this, I think about the seesaw at the playground, because you know, like if a person is heavier than the other person, it'll go down if the person is heavy. If the person is the light side, it'll go up. So that's when you do the seesaw. So I think about the seesaw when we're talking about it. Now, that's with the paper clips, and this is a very simple experiment for the kids to learn. And with it being a simple experiment for the kids to learn, kids will not have a problem, and they will actually, because we all know that hands-on material, or excuse me, hands-on experiment works better. Now, I have my pencils, and I'm going to lift the camera up a little bit. And with my pencils, I'm going to do the same thing. But this time, I'm going to do one on one side and the other one on the other side to see how you get the seesaw balance, and just to see how, okay, well, I see that they're measuring out just about the same thing. They're they're doing the same thing. I also will talk about equal, the equal amount. Same thing as the same amount, less than, greater than. It's a lot of different things that you can do with this experiment. So I hope you all enjoyed the lesson. And if you have any questions, just comment below. Thank you.